This isn't history. This isn't theory. What you're about to see is happening right now, and its scale is far bigger than most people realize. Join us, and let's uncover the massive event unfolding before our eyes. Let's go.
Number 14. Starship Technologies, 6 million autonomous deliveries. Speaking of delivery robots, Starship Technologies passed a massive milestone, 6 million autonomous deliveries completed. These six-wheeled robots operate in over 80 locations across multiple countries, delivering food, groceries, and packages. College campuses love these things. Students order food through an app, and a Starship robot brings it right to their dorm or classroom building. The robots navigate sidewalks, cross streets at crosswalks, and even operate at night. Each robot has 9 cameras, ultrasonic sensors, and GPS. The AI system processes all this data to navigate safely around pedestrians, pets, bicycles, and obstacles. When the robot encounters a situation it can't handle, human operators monitoring the fleet remotely can take control and guide it through. The robots are weatherproof and secure. Each unit has a locked cargo compartment that only opens with a unique code sent to the recipient's phone. If someone tries to steal the robot, it locks down, sounds an alarm, and sends location data to the company. Videos of people trying to kidnap Starship robots show the futility. The thing just sits there beeping loudly while cameras record everything. Starship Technologies operates as a service. Companies and universities contract with them for delivery coverage. The robots get deployed in designated zones and start making deliveries immediately. The cost per delivery is significantly lower than human couriers, making previously unprofitable routes viable. 6 million deliveries mean this technology works reliably at scale. These aren't experimental trials anymore. It's an operational business handling real customer orders every single day.
Number 13. Kawasaki Kaleido, the hydrogen-powered robot horse. Japan looked at every other country building practical robots for factories and police work, then said, what if you could ride one? Kawasaki Heavy Industries unveiled Kaleido at the Osaka Kansai Expo 2025, and this thing is exactly what it sounds like. A 4-legged robotic horse you can actually ride. The engineering is wild. A 150cc hydrogen engine generates electricity that powers 4 independent robotic legs. Each leg moves autonomously, adjusting to terrain in real time while keeping the rider stable. The robot responds to your body movements just like a real horse would. Lean forward and it speeds up. Shift your weight to the side and it turns. The connection feels organic, even though you're sitting on top of a machine. Kaleido navigates terrain that would stop wheeled vehicles completely. Stairs, rocky paths, muddy slopes, uneven ground that makes hiking difficult. The robot just walks right through it, adjusting each leg independently to maintain balance. Videos from the expo show people riding Kaleido across obstacle courses, up stairs, and through simulated wilderness environments. Here's the reality check, though. Kaleido is still in the concept development phase. Kawasaki has a functioning prototype, but suggests the commercial version might not launch until 2050. That's a long wait, but the fact that it exists at all and actually works is the important part. Japan proved that legged robots aren't just for cargo or industrial work. They can be personal transportation that goes places cars and bikes never could.
I'm going to ask you a simple question. Are you a naturally curious person? If you're watching, I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. This space is made for people like us. To ensure you're always part of this community and receive all our latest discoveries, you just need to do one thing: subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to stay connected with us. Okay, now that you're part of our Legion of the Curious, let's move on to the next item.
Number 12. Serve Robotics, the sidewalk delivery robot. Serve Robotics built small autonomous delivery robots that roll down sidewalks delivering food orders. These things look like little coolers on wheels, standing about knee-high and moving at walking speed. Uber Eats partnered with Serve Robotics to deploy 2,000 of these robots across multiple cities. Here's how it works. You order food through Uber Eats. Instead of a human driver picking it up, a Serve robot gets dispatched. The robot navigates to the restaurant, waits while staff load the food into its cargo compartment, then rolls to your location using sensors and cameras to avoid obstacles. When it arrives, you get a notification on your phone. You walk outside, unlock the compartment with a code, grab your food, and the robot rolls away to its next delivery. These robots work. They're not prototypes or concepts, they're making actual deliveries right now in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and other cities. Each robot operates autonomously but has remote human supervisors who can take control if something goes wrong. The business case is simple. A robot costs less to operate than paying a human driver. The robot doesn't need tips, doesn't take breaks, works 24/7, and can do deliveries that aren't profitable for human drivers. That $8 burrito order from 2 blocks away? A human driver won't take that job because it's not worth their time. A robot does it happily. Serve Robotics isn't alone in this space. Starship Technologies has similar robots delivering on college campuses and neighborhoods. Amazon's Scout robots were tested in several cities. The sidewalk delivery robot is becoming normal in some areas. People barely look twice when a little robot rolls past carrying someone's lunch.
Number 11. Shiziguan Floating Bridge, China's Water Bridge. Just when China's engineering achievements seemed to peak with the Shenzhen-Zhongshan link, another project emerged that makes even that seem conventional. The Shiziguan Floating Bridge throws out the rulebook entirely. Instead of supporting structures anchored to the seabed, this bridge literally floats on the water using high-density polyethylene pontoons. Cars drive straight across the Qing River on a roadway that gently sways beneath them like a waterbed. The bridge has been operational since 2016, proving the concept works reliably year after year. Driving across creates a surreal experience. The surface moves slightly under your wheels, responding to waves and your vehicle's weight. Turquoise water stretches out on both sides, while mountains loom in the distance. You're driving on water in the most literal sense possible. The pontoons supporting the roadway are engineered to handle heavy vehicles, extreme weather, and the constant stress of waves and currents. Flexible connections between sections allow the bridge to move naturally rather than fighting against the water's motion. This flexibility actually makes the structure more durable than rigid designs that crack under constant stress. The Bridge of Dreams, as locals call it, isn't just a tourist attraction. It serves as a functional roadway carrying daily traffic across a river that would otherwise require a long detour. The floating design means construction didn't require massive foundations or supports driven deep into the riverbed, reducing both cost and environmental impact. China proved that bridges don't have to be solid, immovable structures. Sometimes the best engineering solution is to let things float and flex rather than resist. Number 11. Shiziguan Floating Bridge, China's Water Bridge. Just when China's engineering achievements seemed to peak with the Shenzhen-Zhongshan link, another project emerged that makes even that seem conventional. The Shiziguan Floating Bridge throws out the rulebook entirely. Instead of supporting structures anchored to the seabed, this bridge literally floats on the water using high-density polyethylene pontoons. Cars drive straight across the Qing River on a roadway that gently sways beneath them like a waterbed. The bridge has been operational since 2016, proving the concept works reliably year after year. Driving across creates a surreal experience. The surface moves slightly under your wheels, responding to waves and your vehicle's weight. Turquoise water stretches out on both sides, while mountains loom in the distance. You're driving on water in the most literal sense possible. The pontoons supporting the roadway are engineered to handle heavy vehicles, extreme weather, and the constant stress of waves and currents. Flexible connections between sections allow the bridge to move naturally rather than fighting against the water's motion. This flexibility actually makes the structure more durable than rigid designs that crack under constant stress. The Bridge of Dreams, as locals call it, isn't just a tourist attraction. It serves as a functional roadway carrying daily traffic across a river that would otherwise require a long detour. The floating design means construction didn't require massive foundations or supports driven deep into the riverbed, reducing both cost and environmental impact. China proved that bridges don't have to be solid, immovable structures. Sometimes the best engineering solution is to let things float and flex rather than resist.
Number 9. SkyDrive SD05, Japan's flying car reality. SkyDrive successfully conducted a demonstration flight of their SD05 model at Expo 2025 Osaka Kansai on April 9th. And this wasn't a tethered hover test or a short hop across a parking lot. This was an actual flying car moving through the air with a pilot inside.
The SD-05 is designed as a two-seat, electric-powered compact aircraft with vertical takeoff and landing capabilities. A human pilot operates it, but the flight stability comes from computer-controlled systems that handle the impossibly complex task of keeping the aircraft balanced during vertical flight. The design looks like someone crossed a drone with a small car and actually made it work. Multiple rotors provide lift and thrust, while the onboard AI manages power distribution, balance adjustments, and flight control thousands of times per second. Human pilots provide direction and navigation, while the computer handles the physics. Japan isn't alone in the flying car race, but they're one of the few countries with actual working prototypes doing real flights in front of crowds. The SD-05 demonstrated controlled takeoff, forward flight, turns, and landing without any emergencies or unexpected behavior. It just worked the way flying cars are supposed to work in science fiction movies. The aviation industry has spent decades saying personal flying vehicles weren't practical, weren't safe, and weren't economically viable. SkyDrive and companies like them are proving all of those assumptions wrong with functioning aircraft that regular people could eventually operate. The sky isn't the limit anymore. It's the next highway system waiting to be filled with traffic.
Number 8. Neuro R3, the driverless delivery vehicle. Neuro took a different approach to autonomous delivery. Instead of small sidewalk robots, they built a custom vehicle designed specifically for deliveries with no space for humans inside. The Neuro R3 looks like a friendly toaster on wheels. It's about half the width of a regular car, stands a bit shorter, and has no windows or doors for people. The entire interior is cargo space, divided into temperature-controlled compartments. Neuro deployed these vehicles in partnership with major brands. Domino's Pizza uses Neuro robots to deliver orders in Houston. You order pizza, and instead of a driver showing up, a Neuro R3 rolls up to your house. You get a text with a PIN code. Enter the code on the vehicle's touchscreen, a compartment door opens, and you grab your pizza. Kroger tested Neuro for grocery delivery in several markets. Customers order groceries online, and Neuro delivers them to their homes. FedEx experimented with using Neuro for package delivery in Houston. The R3 drives on regular roads alongside cars, but at moderate speeds. Cameras, radar, and LiDAR sensors give it a 360-degree view of the surroundings. The AI system handles navigation, traffic rules, and obstacle avoidance. Because there are no humans inside, Neuro designed the vehicle with external airbags that deploy if it hits a pedestrian, reducing injury risk. The business model makes sense. Delivery companies spend massive amounts on labor costs. A fleet of autonomous vehicles operating 24/7 with no drivers dramatically reduces expenses. The technology exists now and is working in multiple cities. The main barrier is scaling production and navigating regulations across different states.
Number 7. Shenzhen-Zhongshan Artificial Islands. At the heart of the Shenzhen-Zhongshan link sit two artificial islands that do far more than just connect tunnels to bridges. The West Island near Shenzhen acts as a transportation hub, merging the airport with highway systems into a single seamless node, where air travelers can transition directly to ground transport without navigating through city traffic. The East Island near Zhongshan serves as the brain of the entire system, housing maintenance facilities, real-time monitoring stations, and emergency response centers that operate continuously. These aren't simple platforms built from dumped rocks and concrete. Engineers designed them to withstand the violent currents of the Pearl River, seasonal flooding that can raise water levels by meters, typhoon-force winds that regularly batter this section of coastline, and the constant vibration from thousands of vehicles crossing every single day. Sensors embedded throughout both islands feed data to central AI systems that analyze structural health, predict maintenance needs, and detect problems before they become failures. The islands function as intelligent transportation hubs rather than passive connection points. Traffic flow optimization happens in real time, with digital signs directing vehicles to less congested lanes. Emergency vehicles get priority routing that clears paths automatically. Toll collection happens at highway speeds, using electronic systems that charge accounts without requiring vehicles to slow down. The environmental monitoring systems track air quality, noise levels, and water conditions around both islands, ensuring the megastructure doesn't damage the ecosystem. Solar panels and wind turbines generate a portion of the power needed to run the systems, reducing the environmental footprint. This 24-kilometer link, combining undersea tunnel, 2 bridges, and 2 artificial islands, represents the most complex cross-sea project ever completed. Travel time between Shenzhen and Zhongshan dropped from 2 hours to 30 minutes.
In just the first month of operation, more than 3 million vehicles used it.
Number 6. Xpeng Iron, the robot they had to cut open. When Xpeng Iron walked onto the stage in November, something bizarre happened. The audience sat there convinced they were watching a person in a costume, not a robot, not an animatronic puppet, but an actual human being pretending to be a machine. The gait was too smooth, the movements too natural, the presence too lifelike. Xpeng's engineers knew this would happen, so they did something dramatic. They opened the robot up right there on stage, peeling back panels to reveal the mechanical components inside. Only then did people believe what they were seeing. Iron stands 178 centimeters tall and walks with a stride that mimics a fashion model on a runway. The creepy part isn't that it moves well. Lots of robots move well. The creepy part is how it moves exactly like a human, with subtle weight shifts, natural arm swings, and a cadence that looks organic rather than programmed. The robot achieves this through bionic muscles covered in soft synthetic skin that can actually sense pressure and temperature. Touch the robot's arm and it feels the contact, processes the information, and can respond appropriately. The body contains 82 degrees of freedom, meaning 82 different points of articulation that allow incredibly complex movements. Most industrial robots have maybe a dozen. Iron has 82. The robot understands natural language conversations in real time, processing speech, generating responses, and speaking back with proper timing and inflection. This isn't pre-recorded phrases triggered by keywords. It's actual conversational AI that adapts to what you're saying and responds contextually. People remain skeptical even after seeing the internals. Some thought the skin was too realistic, the movements too perfect. Xpeng literally had to disassemble major components of the robot in front of a live audience before the doubt finally evaporated. The line between human and humanoid robot just got terrifyingly thin.
Number 5. Zipline drones. 1 million medical deliveries. Zipline operates the world's largest drone delivery network, and they just crossed 1 million autonomous deliveries. Most of these deliveries are medical supplies, blood products, vaccines, medications, flown to remote hospitals and clinics that are hard to reach by road. The company started in Rwanda, where mountainous terrain and limited road infrastructure make delivering medical supplies difficult. Zipline set up distribution centers where drones launch from catapults, fly to remote health facilities, and drop packages by parachute. The system works so well that Rwanda's national health system depends on it. Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, and several other African countries deployed Zipline networks. In the United States, Zipline partnered with major health systems to deliver medical products between hospital campuses. The drones fly autonomously using GPS navigation and onboard sensors. Each aircraft can carry up to 4 pounds of cargo and fly round trips of over 100 miles on a single battery charge. Speed is the killer feature here. A delivery that would take hours by ambulance or motorcycle courier happens in minutes by drone. When a rural hospital needs blood products for an emergency surgery, they can't wait 3 hours for a delivery truck. They need it now. Zipline delivers it in 20 minutes. The drones don't land. They hover over the delivery zone and release the package by parachute, which drops precisely at the designated spot. Then the drone flies back to the distribution center, lands on a cable catch system, gets reloaded, and launches again. 1 million deliveries means Zipline has proven the technology works reliably at massive scale in challenging conditions.
Number 4. Agility Robotics Digit, the Amazon warehouse robot. Amazon warehouses are massive. We're talking football fields stacked with products where humans walk 10 to 15 miles every single shift picking orders. Now picture this, a two-legged robot doing that job instead. Agility Robotics built Digit specifically for warehouse work, and Amazon is already testing hundreds of them. This robot stands about 5 feet 9 inches tall, has arms, legs, and walks on 2 feet just like a person. The genius part? Digit doesn't need special infrastructure. Warehouses are built for humans, so a robot shaped like a human just slots right in. No redesigning the entire building, no installing special tracks or rails. Digit walks up to a shelf, grabs a box, carries it across the warehouse, and sets it down where it needs to go. The robot can lift boxes up to 35 pounds and work for hours without stopping. It handles stairs, ramps, uneven surfaces, and tight spaces that would trap wheeled robots.
When Digit is carrying something heavy and needs to free up its hands, it crouches down, sets the load on the ground gently, then stands back up and keeps moving. Amazon isn't testing one or two of these. They're running full-scale trials with fleets of Digit robots working alongside human employees. The robots take over the boring, repetitive tasks like moving boxes from point A to point B, while humans handle the complex decision-making stuff that still requires a brain. Agility Robotics is cranking out these robots at scale now. Other companies beyond Amazon are placing orders. Logistics firms, manufacturing plants, distribution centers. Anywhere you need to move stuff around, Digit can do the job. The two-legged design that seemed impractical for years, turns out it's perfect for human-built environments.
Number 3. Apptronik Apollo, the Mercedes-Benz factory robot. Apptronik, a robotics company that spun out of research at the University of Texas, unveiled Apollo in 2023 and immediately landed a partnership with Mercedes-Benz. This humanoid robot is designed specifically for automotive manufacturing, working on assembly lines alongside human workers. Apollo stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighs 160 pounds. The robot can lift up to 55 pounds and swap out battery packs in just a few minutes when power runs low. Mercedes-Benz is testing Apollo for tasks like delivering parts to assembly stations, inspecting components, and handling repetitive processes that cause injuries when humans do them for 8-hour shifts. The design philosophy behind Apollo focuses on safety and collaboration. Soft, compliant actuators mean if the robot bumps into a human worker, it gives way instead of causing injury. Force sensors throughout the body let Apollo detect contact and respond appropriately. The robot knows when it's touching something and adjusts its grip or movement instantly. What makes Apollo interesting is the business model. Apptronik isn't just selling robots. They're offering them as a service where companies pay a monthly fee per robot instead of buying them outright. This lowers the barrier to entry massively. A small manufacturer that couldn't afford a $150,000 robot purchase can now pay a few thousand per month and scale up or down as needed. Mercedes-Benz announced plans to integrate Apollo into their production lines across multiple facilities. If the trials succeed, we're looking at thousands of humanoid robots working in automotive plants within the next few years. The car you buy in 2027 might be assembled partly by robots that look almost human.
Number 2. Sanctuary AI Phoenix, the general-purpose humanoid. Sanctuary AI in Canada built something different. Most robotics companies focus on one specific task: factory work, warehouse logistics, food service. Sanctuary AI said, forget that. We're building a general-purpose humanoid that can do anything a human can do. Meet Phoenix, a robot with human-like hands that have 20 degrees of freedom. That's more articulation than most robot hands on the market. Phoenix can manipulate tiny objects, use tools, operate equipment designed for humans, and switch between tasks without needing reprogramming. The hands feel texture and pressure, giving the robot tactile feedback that makes delicate work possible. In demonstration videos, Phoenix stocks shelves at a retail store, folds and hangs clothing, operates a cash register, and even makes coffee using a standard coffee machine, not a robot coffee machine, a regular coffee maker built for humans. The AI system, called Carbon, learns tasks through observation and practice. Show Phoenix how to do something a few times, and it picks up the pattern. The robot gets better with repetition, refining movements and improving efficiency the more it practices. Sanctuary AI partnered with major retailers to test Phoenix in real stores. The robot works alongside human employees during normal business hours, handling restocking, inventory management, and customer-facing tasks. Early results show Phoenix can work independently for extended periods without constant supervision. The vision here is bigger than just retail. Sanctuary AI wants Phoenix deployed in homes, hospitals, elder care facilities, anywhere humans need an extra pair of hands. A general-purpose robot that adapts to whatever environment you put it in changes the entire equation. You don't buy a robot for one job anymore, you buy one robot that does everything. Number 2. Sanctuary AI Phoenix, the general-purpose humanoid. Sanctuary AI in Canada built something different. Most robotics companies focus on one specific task: factory work, warehouse logistics, food service. Sanctuary AI said, forget that. We're building a general-purpose humanoid that can do anything a human can do. Meet Phoenix, a robot with human-like hands that have 20 degrees of freedom. That's more articulation than most robot hands on the market. Phoenix can manipulate tiny objects, use tools, operate equipment designed for humans, and switch between tasks without needing reprogramming. The hands feel texture and pressure, giving the robot tactile feedback that makes delicate work possible. In demonstration videos, Phoenix stocks shelves at a retail store, folds and hangs clothing, operates a cash register, and even makes coffee using a standard coffee machine, not a robot coffee machine, a regular coffee maker built for humans. The AI system called Carbon learns tasks through observation and practice. Show Phoenix how to do something a few times and it picks up the pattern. The robot gets better with repetition, refining movements and improving efficiency the more it practices. Sanctuary AI partnered with major retailers to test Phoenix in real stores. The robot works alongside human employees during normal business hours, handling restocking, inventory management, and customer-facing tasks. Early results show Phoenix can work independently for extended periods without constant supervision. The vision here is bigger than just retail. Sanctuary AI wants Phoenix deployed in homes, hospitals, elder care facilities, anywhere humans need an extra pair of hands. A general-purpose robot that adapts to whatever environment you put it in changes the entire equation. You don't buy a robot for one job anymore, you buy one robot that does everything.
Still curious? Then don't stop now. The next mystery is already waiting for you. Just click the video on screen. I saved it just for you. See you there, curious one.